Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Paul from Vintage Sports Card Finds. The end of the NFL season brought me an idea of reviewing some of the sets, some of the vintage sets that I'm very close to completing from the early 70s in the football universe. One of them I thought we'd start with is the 1971 Topps Football, and we can look forward to a series of videos kind of dealing with the late 60s and early 70s. This current set, I'm missing 3 cards. We'll discuss those as we go. But I wanted to kind of zoom out and show you some of the cards I already have. So Johnny Unitas there. Marty Schottenheimer with the Patriots. And as usual, when it's in a binder, I like to do it handheld to give a better idea. So it's a little bit clearer. Greg Landry, Lance Allworth. So I'm going to probably ease in and out of focus here. So bear with me. Let's see here. We got Charlie Taylor, Dick Butkus. As you can see, over the years, I've kind of been able to build the set in fairly good condition, better than average. Don Maynard, Charlie Smith, Carl Garrett, Terry Hattery, Lionel Aldridge, Alex Karras, George Blanda, Larry Zonka. Like even some of the star cards, they're at least VG or usually VG or better. So that's always good. Sonny Jurgensen, Bobby Douglas of the Bears, Bubba Smith. Every time I get a lot of these cards, there seems to be a Bubba Smith in it. I don't know if it was the most mass-produced card in the set. Jan Stenerud, Don Horn, Darryl LaMonica, Alan Page. So some key players here already in this set, but the 3 I'm missing aren't necessarily the 3 you would imagine. Pat Fisher, great cornerback for the Redskins. Charlie Johnson. Got all the commons out of the way. All 3 cards that I need are in the Larry Stallings, Mercury Morris. All of the 3 cards I need are in the 200s. So I got the first 200 cards in the set, including both checklists unmarked, which is nice. Dick Gordon, John Brody. Again, there is Larry Brown, Willie Lanier, Floyd Little. The cards, from my perspective, are in good condition. I know that some of them are not ideal in centering and whatnot. Garo Yepremian. We go Fran Tarkenton, Mike Garrett, Mel Renfro, Merlin Olsen, the Gentle Giant, also known as I don't remember his character name, but from my perspective, I remember him from Little House on the Prairie. Good actor as well. Spider Lockhart, The Ray Nitschke, pretty good shape. Again, centering an issue. I don't overly worry about centering personally. I'm more concerned with whether the cards has decent corners and that sort of thing. And for me, it's just Topps was notorious in these old vintage sets to just being off center. And if you can find one that's perfectly centered, great. You know, I wouldn't turn it away. Bob Lilly. But by the same token, you know, I don't chase it just because. There's another big one, Gale Sayers. Nick Bonacani. Joe Cap with the Patriots. Jim Otto. And then here's one of our first, Bob Greasy. One of Dick LeBeau. Famous also for being a great longtime defensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then Terry Bradshaw. This one is not in great shape, but I was actually surprised a couple of months back when I looked at this set that I even had this card. I did not know I had the Bradshaw rookie. So at least one of the two big ones is out of the way. Craig Morton, Jim Nance, Gene Washington, Fred Biletnikoff, Len Dawson, Norm Snead. That one could probably use a little bit of an upgrade. Ron Sellers. That one too could probably use a little bit of an upgrade in terms of the touch around the corners. The other reason I thought about doing this video at this point is I just recently made a purchase. It hasn't come in yet, but I just recently made a purchase of some football cards on eBay that contained, I want to say 135 cards or so, but many of them, there's Bob Hayes. It contained cards from the 69, the 70, and the 71 set. So I'm hoping that one or two of the cards I need might be in it. Willie Brown. But more importantly, maybe some upgrades. There's Bart Starr, Bart Starr needs a little bit of upgrading. You can see the corners are pretty soundly touched there. So that's a tough one. There's Deacon Jones. Jake Scott, great safety for the Dolphins. Now we're into the 200s. And we'll start talking about the cards that I do need. Bramlett. Nobody huge on this page. This is the card I'm missing right here. Card number 217, which is Calvin Hill. That's one of the cards I need. There's Roman Gabriel, recently passed away, I believe. Not too recent, but within the last year. Mel Farr. Kermit Alexander, great name. Jackie Smith. Oh man, and there we go, Joe Namath. That one's in pretty sound condition. And one of the cards I'm missing as well is card 245, which is Mean Joe Greene. So that's the big one. That's the one I'm going to have to track down. There's the league, some league leaders. We'll get to that in a minute. Paul Warfield, Gus Otto, John Hadel, I believe is how you pronounce it. And then, of course, the leaders. So you get a lot of... these are kind of like the vintage sets in baseball where you have a number of key players on one card. So this is a good one. You got Jan Stone, Garo Yepremian, and Jan Stenerud. Up here, receiving leaders. Harold Jackson, number 3 there. Fred Biletnikoff in the AFC. Otis Taylor and Randy Vataha. Joined Jim Plunkett to combine together to be one of the better receiving duos. Roger Staubach, 71 passing leaders. That's an interesting card because technically the Staubach rookie, is this from the... No, that's what I'm doing. Sorry about that, guys. That's from the next set. These cards are actually from the 72. I was like, wait a minute. How is Roger Staubach in the 71? He's not. So that's the cards I need. I need Calvin Hill. I need Mean Joe Greene and O.J. Simpson. So the O.J. Simpson is a second-year O.J. And obviously the Mean Joe Greene is a card I've been looking for a while, trying to find it at the right price that I'm comfortable with. And the Calvin Hill, I think at some point I'll come across it. I just haven't been lucky. I don't know if it's a single print or something like that, and that's why it's a little bit, because I've bought a lot of lots of 71 and that was never in it. So it's one of those things that I just haven't come across it yet, but I think, it's not overly expensive. I could certainly buy it for fairly reasonable price, but we'll keep plugging away. Excited that I'm only 3 cards away from the set, but the Mean Joe Greene is going to be a doozy for this set. It's really cool that, one of the more expensive cards of a set is a defensive player. I mean, that's not usually the case. People are usually chasing, quarterbacks and that sort of thing because they're usually the more expensive, or running backs or wide receiver or somebody associated with the offense. But very cool that Mean Joe Greene rookie card has kind of maintained a high value in the card collecting world for football fans. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoy the content, please comment, like, share, and subscribe. It all helps. And as always, guys, happy hunting.